run up to Uncle, but let's see.
Here we go. We got 3 Lynx houses, and iBazly is lagging behind.
That might actually be a stream thing. We'll figure it out.
There we go. Yeah, I'm sure they'll get... There we go. Yep, got it up. Perfect. So everybody started Lynx house, and we have a little bit of divergence. We've got...
Oh my goodness, what is... He's going straight for the dam right away, LTigre. That is not common at all.
That is a very uncommon strategy. I don't think I've ever seen that. Usually people go the bottom route to go to Kakekrio first, or they do what you see the other 3 runners doing, but I've never seen anybody go to the dam first. That's interesting.
Yeah, it's, you know, if boots are in the lake, that's a really good thing to find early, but other than that, it doesn't really help you, because if this is not bombs or, you know, anything, then you're just going to have to save and quit anyway.
Yeah, that's really, it's only 2 items, and it's a shield. So, I mean, it's only 2 items, you gotta save and quit. You're more likely to get bombs by going up to either going the bottom route, like I said, or going up to the escape area with Uncle. So that's wild. But he does have that check out of the way, so he doesn't have to worry about going down there. Maybe it's a routing decision, or maybe he's been trolled by it before.
Possibly. That's always something, you know, that can happen. He won't have to check that when he does go down to like check Mini Moldorm Cave, but
yeah, I'm thinking that he's probably done a seed recently where he's been trolled by that, and he's like, I'm checking that first.
that would make perfect sense to me.
Yeah, I've done that before. There's been plenty of times that I've been like, you know what, we're going to Lost Woods first, because for some reason I didn't put it in my routing before. I'm going there. Well, that was a good pickup. He just got 4 bombs from that little knight there.
Oh, we got gloves in the Thieves' Hut out in Lost Woods.
And it's only a heart for Aga, so we know it's not going to be required, at least for the item. But let's see if Dark World access happens. With the gloves being already found, that's 1 step closer to that.
One good thing about the south route that we were talking about that nobody did was if you happen to find gloves on your way up there, you can route in going up Death Mountain. But that's neither here nor there. I just like to talk about that route because I always do it.
I love the south route. I like getting the race game and things like that out of the way. I do like that the pulls right now are given bombs. That can be useful if we have to use bombs to kill Mini Moldorm and things like that. Early sword.
And silvers.
Wow. Silvers and sword. Do we have an early bow coming up? Are we gonna have like a super powerful weapon easy? Like, come on now. Where's my trolls, Seed? Come on now.
The thing about the silvers and the bow is they have like the same magnetism polarity. So if we find one early, that means the other one's going to be like way later. So bow is probably not going to be seen for a long time, and I base that on nothing but
experience.
Yeah. There's no logic to support it, but I'm calling it.
Unless, of course, it's just something that the devs like to put in there to troll us. The and, ifs, and ors. It's like, if silver's found, bow will never be found. So far, the well is not much. The lag meringue. But
a lot of money, so money's always good.
Definitely, especially early if Zora might be required. I'm thinking Zora might have something this time around. I'm hoping. I'm hoping he's not the rip-off king this time.
Was that a Master Sword?
I think it was. That is the Master Sword. That's 2 swords early. Somebody was listening to our commentary earlier, weren't they?
Yeah, that's the Master Sword.
I don't think they wanted our trolls to happen. They're just like, nah, man, we're gonna give them swords. We're gonna give them everything early silvers. Yeah.
Well, that Master Sword could take them to Aghanim.
That is one of the keys. That is very true. Usually early cape or early 2 swords can lead you... Ooh, Moon Pearl!
Mm-hmm. That's, Doesn't help them right now, but that does make, if they choose to do Zora, that makes the Fate Clipper route a lot more appealing because of the Moon Patrol allows you to get into the waterfall. Oh.
Is that possibly boots required because of book on the library? But that's vanilla. Vanilla.
Well, there's no more appropriate place for a book than in the library.
I don't think this is actually randomized. I think we have somebody forgot to hit the random button. What is that? I like this. He's not checking what's actually in the race game. He's just doing it. I actually like doing that.
He
but
must
I didn't even get to see it.
Wasn't required. We can assume that.
Yeah, he definitely was just like, yeah, no, peace. I did not even see what it was. It was so brief. But we'll see it over here on Mighty Mike's end. What was it? What was it? Oh, big 20. Okay.
Big 20.
We are getting the back of escape check now.
Yeah, this is always like your favorite spot to check after you get gloves because it's so close to Sanctuary.
Yeah, and especially if you get early gloves, it's just really fast to check. I like it. Oh, fetch quest.
I like it. So,
yes. Keep them going around. Give them mushroom. Give them powder. Give them all this fetch quests. JTN's dream is dead at 6 minutes.
well, he could still dig up the bow. I mean,
yes, he could. Anything can be hidden underneath that, but it's just going to make it a little bit earlier to get, of course.
I guess if it's not on the pedestal, then it's not the master shovel.
So Mighty Mike is doing a little bit different than what the others are doing. He's actually going to go down and check the dam before he checks the back of escape, which not a big deal in that end. It's really easy to save and quit and just go back to the sanctuary.
One thing that could be to his benefit is if he finds the lamp somewhere down here, and he finds a key in the back of escape, he could go that way too.
Yeah, check that dark chest and see what's going on there. I wonder who's going to make the actual front of escape dive and see what's there, because I've seen that happen where runners have forgotten the front of escape and first or second chest has something almost like immediately, like hook shot or bow or something very important.
That does happen not infrequently, I would say. And it's one of those spots that's easy to forget because when you start an open seed, you don't actually have the means to clear it. But by the time you can, you usually have something else pushing you another way.
What does Mini Maldorm have for us today? A lot of love. That's about it.
The love cave.
And we've got our front of escape check. LTigre is heading there.
Yeah, one thing about checking the Sphere Zero spots, as they call it, is that if you don't do this, and something vital is here, you fall behind very easily. So it's always good, you know, even if some of these spots are a little inefficient, just on the basis that probably check this. It's never a bad idea to get them out of the way.
Yeah, Sphere Zero spots can bite you, especially some of the ones that are out of the way, like the one we're checking right now. Ice Rod Cave. That one, if you don't check it sometimes can hurt. But it's only one item off to the side, so a lot of people just kind of don't check it unless they have boots or the flute, which I don't blame them.
Oh, that's a hook shot today, so hope nobody skips it.
That's the hook shot in Ice Rod Cave.
Yeah, that's the danger right there. I mean, this does take a while to get to, but at the same time, you run this risk of it being required like this.
And we got 3 runners who've checked it. Mighty Mike, Sinhe, and iBazly. Hopefully LTigre does make that check, because that could be the difference between these other 3 and him right there. But let's see if this escape pays off. So far, it's been dead. There hasn't been anything back here.
Hopefully he gets to check it before he gets killed.
I think he's setting up the death warp.
Nothing.
No? Okay.
Yeah, it's hard to find a reason not to check Ice Cave. because you're usually down here anyway to check Mini Moldorm, and sometimes you want a fake flipper. So I don't see this being skipped that much these days.
Yeah, I've seen too many people get trolled by it, but we've got a fake flipper from Sinhe finding out that the hobo has no heart. So let's see what we've got in the waterfall cave.
This cave is special because unless you have the Moon Pearl, you can't actually get in here after fake flippering. So you have to leave and reset, and then this puts you in this neat water walking state.
Yep, called Jesus Walk. And I do want to make a comment here about if you find a heart piece in the waterfall cave and it completes your 4th heart, it will drop you back down and you have to leave the waterfall cave again.
That's happened on stream quite a few times to a few people. It's always a pleasure to see.
Yeah, because you can tell they're frustrated because they have to go in and come back out and then go right back in.
Yeah.
So, ooh, he's going up to Zora without the money, but he's gonna check that ledge at least. Big 20.
Yeah.
Ooh, that could either be really good or really bad because that's gonna leave a Zora check. It's gonna leave a Zora check probably out of logic or out of their routing for quite a while. So
that's the rough part about checking, like doing the fake flipper without 500 rupees, because that's not going to be convenient at any other point to check unless you have Mirror and you're in Dark World and you're at Catfish. So
it puts Zora just out of your routing. It literally is one of the most out of the way spots, even more than Ice Rod Cave. Well, we are burying bombs apparently. Explosives at the dig spot. And another ledge check without 500 rupees.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to take the risk and go up here anyway, you might as well check the ledge. I don't see any problem with that. But, still, we don't have anybody actually capable of buying Zora except LTigre. He might do that.
He Sinhe is he setting up? No, he can't. He couldn't be. Why did he just jump off the edge like that?
He might not have checked the lake item when he. And if you jump down from there, you can see it quite easily. So that's probably why.
Yeah, that is most likely the reason. I didn't even think about that. So LTigre did check the Sarashala's closet, and he actually left and did not go into Eastern Palace and came back to the Ice Rod Cave. So we got Sinhe heading there now. And Mighty Mike has sequence broke, and he went to Old Man. Now, I did not see what Old Man had. Did you check? Did you see that?
No, I didn't.
I don't think it was anything important. Shield, actually, is what it looks like.
Well, Spectorak has something nice inside of it, at least. And on top of it, even.
Yeah, blue mail is always nice.
I believe this is the Fire Rod in here.
Fire Rod is also a nice item. That is Skullwood's access as well as Ice Palace access once we find flippers. And our first dive into Eastern Palace.
Eastern's like an interesting play in this situation because only 2 of the chests, like 2 of the items, are probably in logic unless lamps or lanterns in here. But at the same time, the dark room to get to the other chest is not difficult at all, so. And Eastern is a pendant, so you're not going to have to worry about coming back here unless you need the green pendant, which apparently it is.
Yeah, vanilla pendant is interesting for Eastern. I always try to clear green pendant. It's bitten me way too many times, and whether it be just because I need to get all 3 pendants for a ped seed, or just the sheer fact that Sarashala has an item for me. It's the most common troll that my seeds like to do.
Green pendant can definitely put more weight on certain dungeons for checking. Like if you're in a situation where you can't actually clear a crystal, you might grab it. Oh. Well, that's Dark World access.
We've got heavy lift. That is Dark World access. So Aga's dead. Well,
Aga
not
is
really.
not dead until we find the hammer.
Yeah, Hammer keeps Aga alive. So let's see what else we got over here in the Paradox Cave, which is pretty much Death Mountain hype cave.
So we have
Brian.
blue rod, and there was a bottle in Eastern Palace, so that's interesting.
Sick kid hype, maybe?
Definitely a possibility. So let's think here.
That is a good point. He did sequence break, so you know he got those mitts with a sequence break. So Lantern still hasn't been found yet.
Yeah. So finding mitts there. Unless Hammer's in the light world, that's going to mean that Lantern's probably in the light world too.
Yeah, because he's not going to find Lantern on this Death Mountain.
Unless like Flute's some. Oh, there's Boots.
What are those?
So
what are those?
That is very helpful information to have at this point.
They're locked behind mirror.
Yes, they are.
So that means the book is locked behind Boots, which is locked behind mirror. That's crazy.
Yeah. All he has to do is find the mirror and he can get that.
Something's gonna be on these. Something's gonna be on the tablets. I can see it. I can see it. Just so much has been locked behind so much else.
Oh, Bombos. This Death Mountain is amazing right now. In many different ways.
Yeah, this Death Mountain play has really given a lot of utility, and we got Brian, we got Fire Rod in the Spectacle Rock Cave, Blue Mail on top of Spectacle Rock, the mitts, and we just saw Boots. So once we get Mirror, the Mirror could be in Hookshot Cave.
Yeah, it could be.
Skullwoods is a pendant, and I missed what the other pendant was.
I believe it was Swamp. Am I mistaken? Oh, Pod, of course, yes.
Yeah,
Swamp
Pod
with
was.
the red.
Yes.
6.
And was it Hera that was the other red pendant?
Man, I just saw this and I can't remember it. It's like the worst feeling.
Yeah, I know. I know there was not another red, not red pendant. Excuse me, another red crystal. I know red crystal is definitely in the light world and one in the dark world. So I don't know which one.
Well, we'll figure that out sometime. I'm sure.
Yeah. Not entirely that big of a deal here.
Well, there's another bottle.
Yay, bottles!
And I think bottle was the only thing of value in Eastern.
Yeah, because I don't know if we found the map. I'm thinking that we found both, or all three items. We got a hook shot check here. I was too busy interested in this this.
Were you? My gosh.
This Death Mountain play. Mushroom, rupees. What do we got? Alright, so mushroom, fetch quest. We got fetch quest.
Yep, he'll probably check the Turtle Rock and Dying while he's here and then just peace out.
Yeah, always a good check. Always a good check.
Yeah, the more information you have, okay, it's Bombos, so he has it.
Bombos already. So we know Turtle Rock is open from Death Mountain access. So Death Mountain being checked. This Death Mountain play was awesome. Yeah, so we found all three items in Eastern Palace. I just saw a big 20 over there in the Vidal Big Key. So
not really paying off, at least as far as considering you can logic break. I mean, if the bottle in Eastern Palace is like logically the thing they need, then
that would be interesting if Sick Kid has lamp. Let's see what happens. I think it's another little piece of his heart today, though.
Oh, it's Hammer! Well. Huh.
Aga's dead, yo.
Yeah.
That's a lack of an Aga seed.
That's pretty much the final nail in the coffin, driven there by the hammer. As is appropriate, I guess.
Pet is still alive, though, folks. Pet is still alive. We do not know where the ice rod is at. We do not know... let me see. What were the other pendants? The pendant was Skullwoods. pendant was Eastern Palace and the pod. So flippers could technically be on Ped.
Flippers, ice rod, flute.
Flute could be, yes. Flute could be. The possibly Meyer access could be.
Could be mirror.
It could be mirror. Yes, it could be mirror.
Well, there's like a lot of things that can be besides bow.
Cane. It could also be the cane of Samaria. Yeah, red cane on Ped. That's exactly what I was just thinking.
Like, going down into this room in Skullwoods is, not actually required because this is always going to be a small key. Just on the off chance you fall down that hole, and it will the logic assumes you can get out of there without having to save and quit. So that will always be a small key. So
yeah, not a bad idea to keep that in mind, so you can actually go grab that. And Old Man had a big 20, so that is what he had there.
yeah, nothing important. Just a nice little tip for Link. Thanks for guiding me home, Sonny. Here's your birthday money.
Yeah, right. Here's your birthday money. Sorry I forgot it last year.
I was lost in a cave. What do you expect?
Yeah, right. I forgot my glasses. I don't know. I can't see.
Not a lot in Skullwood so far. I don't think there's been anything fun.
Skullwoods used to be a really big play. I think there was a lot of things in the logic that used to have just so much in that front of Skullwoods. I've seen it pay off for some runners. I've seen it just die kind of like it is right now.
Yeah, Skullwoods used to have a very high percentage of a required item to begin there, something like 30 to 40%, I believe. But logic change since then have seemed to reduce the value somewhat, though it's still good to check just in case.
Yeah, Mighty Mike's taking no chance. He does not want to be trolled by the Skullwoods at all. I can't blame him. I can't blame him for doing this. It's one of those things where it's like that one spot that I'm already nearby. Why not do it?
Well, there's either that could be important.
That could be very important because we still don't know what Meyer access is. So the more coins that you find early, the better. Doing a death warp there.
Yeah. Killing Moth you left, it has an item, is a bit of a... Well, he's going for it. I was going to say it's a bit more of a questionable decision, but, I mean, if you want to be thorough, that's totally fine.
Yeah, it's one of those things where if you're going to bank on it possibly being a ped seed, it's like, I don't know. I can't really say I agree with this, but he might be thinking something that I'm not aware of. But is he going to have enough to be able to get all these lamps? He just got a drop there, so that actually helps.
Yeah, I think just barely enough.
And he almost got sniped by the hand. I've had that happen so many times.
Yeah. Problem is he's got 3 hearts. He does have a red potion. But...
I've never seen that. Mog's Dark World bunny is Celis. That's amazing.
Yeah, the Dark World sprites for these custom sprites are really good. So
yeah, I've seen some of them that have just cracked me up, man. That was a clean Mothula fight.
Yeah, he had to use his red potion. No, yeah, of course, it's a big key. So he had to use this potion there, but it's not that big of a deal.
Got the Thieves Town play. This is one of my favorite plays right here, just because there's so many items in this front area that if you get something easy, quick, this dungeon's not very difficult, so...
Especially if you have the hammer, which both the people in Thieves Town have. So this is like the logical play.
Yeah, and Mighty Mike has not checked Sick Kid yet, and he's going to have to save and quit to check him. So we might see him go into Thieves Town without the hammer.
We might. That could hurt him if something is in the big chest.
Yeah, it could.
And it's hard to know when he'll actually devote time to checking Sick Kid because he has a lot of stuff in Dark World to check first. And Sick Kid's out of the way, and it's one item.
Yeah, yep. That just a lot of these one item spots can really hurt if you're not careful. And it's only a heart in the big chest. So Skullwoods is dead. There was nothing in Skullwoods.
Yeah, unless pedestals required, that was a pretty big waste of time. But
Pet is still alive. we want Pet.
It'll be live for a little while.
Yeah, we definitely will not know until a Ped check happens. Which until we get Mirror, there's no way to get Ped check.
So LTigre probably knows the boots are there. I'm sure he probably saw that because he has his Titansmiths. He might put off checking the Skullwoods until he actually can, like Mir in check Ped. If he ever gets there to begin with, anyway.
Yeah, and Chad is correct. It did have Ether, which is a good find, but kind of hard to say if it was important at this moment in time. But it was a good find.
That could be the ultimate find, honestly. That could be like the key to his victory.
Yeah.
But at the same time, that could also be like a completely worthless item.
Exactly. It could have just been that bait, complete jebaited right there. Because I've been seeing more and more lately where the pendants, or not the pendants, excuse me, but the actual medallions that are required to get in are the same. I've been seeing Turtle Rock and Meyer have the same medallions a lot.
The chance for that's not like astronomically low. It's not, I would say, high, but it's not uncommon either.
Yeah, when you only have 3 choices, and they're probably not fitted into the logic to be. They didn't program that in to be different. They're just individually going to be random 1 of 3 shot to be either one. So,
and they're not like 1 out of 3 usually, because there's logic to where their placement is and all that stuff. So it's hard to say what the exact chance of that being, but I guess it would be. Well,
yeah. So the numbers are definitely there for them to be the same one often, especially if it's got to be early Meyer access, early Turtle Rock access, stuff like that. So
I'm not smart at math though, so take what I say with a grain of salt.
Yeah, math was okay for me.
The vital single green rupee.
Yeah, that is totally a payoff there. Thanks.
That green rupee could haunt Mighty Mike for a long time. At the same time,
it's Zora, man, Zora.
Yeah. But he won't know it's a green rupee. He'll know there's an item in here, and he'll be like, "Well, maybe it is in Thieves Town. Like that's the key thing I'm needing."
Yeah. Yep, that's very true. That's gonna haunt.
Wow.
I would hate that.
Yeah. If he just sticks with it and just says, "Well, whatever," then he's better off for it. But
yeah, that's assuming when he checks Sick Kid though.
Yep.
Because that's if he checks Sick Kid, even soon, he'll be able to go right back around and hit that chest. It's a long walk, man. It's a long walk to get in there.
It's a long walk for one item for sure. I guess the good thing about that hammer spot is that he'll probably find it before long, because that's like an entire side of Dark World that he can't get to.
Yeah, and it leaves a lot of spots that he's gonna have to. Like it's really limiting where he's gonna have to go. Like it's Zora, it's Sick Kid. It's like you're limiting where you're gonna be able to go after he checks these few other places, because he doesn't have Mirror, he doesn't have a lot of access. Half magic. Hey,
Oh, that's a nice find in the peg cave.
that's a very nice find. I love half magic. Even though it's not required, half magic is so helpful.
Half
So
magic
helpful.
makes so many fights easier. It makes everything easier. It's just a great find.
And big 20 from Alec Baldwin. Thanks for nothing, Alec. So he switched to bombs. What did he switch to bombs for?
Height cave, maybe?
Yeah, getting prepared for Hype Cave, because he doesn't have to really use any other items for a moment in time. So
Yeah, no mirror.
stealing everybody's heart today.
Yep. This is like the Persona 5 seed, I guess.
LTigre leaving his mark on the shovel game. Yeah, it's like I forget who it is that does it. I think it's Fred. It's Fred. He likes to always write in high whenever he does his shovel game. I love it.
Anything to make that a little less tedious is good.
Yeah, the shovel game's so aggravating. It's, especially whenever it's like what the max digs is 30 they make sure that you can do it within 30 and you get a single rupee.
Yeah, that's not fun. So we have Hype Cave in quotation marks. And those quotation marks earning their place today.
Tripe Cave. Yeah, Hype Cave has been dead for so long.
Yeah, every now and then it'll have something really good in it, but it's just not the, reliable old friend we've had for so long.
Yeah, I think it was version 26 that it started being a little bit of a trope.
Yeah, I'm not sure the actual version, but yeah. At some point, the logic's like, no, you're not hype anymore. And it's a cave, so it can't, argue with the logic or anything, so...
Yeah, it's really easy access once you have Dark World, and we're getting our first pyramid check here. I wonder if he's going to go to Catfish after Pyramid.
Ooh.
Ooh!
What a fun spot for that lamp to be.
That's interesting. Huh.
So, okay, that means... So,
Odd.
that means flip somewhere. Right? Am I crazy? Let's think. No. Because you can get that hammer from Sick Kid, and you already have the normal gloves. You could walk up and check that at any point, so... Flip's still out there somewhere. But it's not in that chain.
He's the only one that didn't sequence break Death Mountain. So he's actually doing Death Mountain in Logic right now, and Tigre is actually going up to the Pyramid now to be in Logic. So,
So I wonder what that will lead to. Well, he's got the frog, so I think at this point he's committed to checking Catfish or saving quitting right here. Because he can't go to pod with a follower. Unless, I think Kiki might replace the frog, but I'm not sure.
I don't think Kiki actually pops up. I think Kiki actually is replaced because you already have a follower. If you have a follower, any of the other sprites that are supposed to be there, i.e. if you go to Sanctuary, Zelda's no longer there. So,
yeah,
so
I believe
Kiki doesn't even spawn.
The Super Bomb, on the other hand, will replace the frog, so be careful with that.
Yeah.
Don't do your Super Bomb check at the same time you're carrying the frog, because that's just going to be a waste of time.
Yeah. Also, from experience, be careful where you put the chest if you have the mirror, because you can definitely forget your chest and go into the Dark World.
Yeah. That is one of the most annoying things that can happen to you.
Wasted so much time on that.
Oh, man.
Like, accidentally put the chest right on top of the actual portal, and you're just like, oh no.
Well, there's not much you can do there.
Exactly. You're just like, no. So, do we see a fake Powder.
Well, they don't have red cane, so that's probably
That's right. I always forget that you have to have red cane for that.
Otherwise, it would be a very good idea at this point, but
I always just think you have to waste the magic and then do it, but I keep forgetting that you actually have to have red cane to do that. So, which that would be interesting if Powder actually hid red cane.
that would be very interesting. Oh.
Got a lot of checks that have already happened. Pretty much everybody just kind of meeting up in the middle here, so nobody's really done any major divergence.
Yeah. I assume Sinhe is going to go into Hera before they go to Dark World. So that might be something to keep our eye on.
Would be a good play.
Yeah, he has the hammer. He'll get the mitts here, but at the same time he doesn't have mirror, so he can't get back.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it would be a good play. Checking here, it is a easy clear, and on top of that, it's a crystal, so it's something to get out of the way. And if I'm not mistaken, I think it is a 5 or 6. I don't know. I don't remember which one in Light World was 5 or 6. So it's either Desert Palace or Hera. But even more interesting, with the book being vanilla and no mirror yet, we are Desert Palace locked. We can't get into Desert Palace.
No, that's true. That is very true. Until we find the mirror and the flute, or well, we need the mirror either way.
Yeah,
because
so
the book's in the library. So
yeah, so we need the mirror either way to get in there. But unless the flute is found first, then it's going to be.
Give me those. Give me them. I want them.
Oh, that's hilarious.
It's always the worst when the game teases you with the good items.
And yes, the book is in vanilla. It is actually in the library, and the boots are on that floating island. So we need mirror either way to get into Desert Palace. So Desert Palace is pretty much going to be one of the last clears, depending on where this is at. Which
Wouldn't
would
be hilarious if mirror was at Agnes Cave?
Oh man, that would be so trolly.
That would be hilarious.
Just one of those things that nobody ever checks.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna come back here later anyway when I have books, so I'm not gonna check that. I'm so smart, and then 30 minutes later, it's like, wow, I can't believe this was here the whole time.
How many wasted bombs? Just, oh no, why mirror here? Because that's totally in logic too, to actually go over there, get the mirror, and have to come all the way back to Death Mountain from Pyramid. That is so troll. You're evil. You're not allowed to talk.
I have some pretty bad ideas sometimes.
Oh man, we need to do a randomizer.
Yeah, but I think in a plando, people would be more inclined to check that because, well, if
water toes.
Yes, those are a very good item. What does that do for them though? Well, that puts a Ice Palace. You can get an Ice Palace right now.
Yeah, that puts Ice Palace in it, so we might have a good progression item in Ice Palace.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure that's completable. Yep, that's completable.
However, Sinhe doesn't have the fire rod yet, according to the tracker.
Yeah, that's true. I assume he's gonna check Spectacle Rock. I'm so sure he's gonna check that. I've got like my fingers crossed right now, hoping he checks that.
You know, in the routing, that would be a good idea because he could do that pretty easy just by dropping down real quick from Hera and going down and doing that check because he went completely right before he went up. So,
and it's perfectly possible he could do that and then still go to the right to check the Dark Death Mountain because that's not really that big of a difference. I guess the annoying thing there is I don't think he's done Spiral Cave yet, so. Unless I'm mistaken, but I'm pretty sure he didn't.
Yeah, because he doesn't even have Bombos yet, which is in... Where was Bombos?
Was that in Spiral Cave? It might have been.
Bombos was in
It was
Spiral Cave. I'm pretty sure it's either Spiral Cave or it was. Yeah, Spiral Cave, because Hookshot Cave didn't have much. And we got a coffee break from Sinhe.
Yep. Not a lot to say about this room. It's pretty boring.
Chat is telling me that Sinhe does have Fire Rod, so he did already check that.
Okay. Well, that's good.
Lamp was on the pyramid. So Lamp was, as you're about to see from iBazly right here.
It's not a fun spot for it either, because checking pyramid's kind of annoying. He is opting to go to Catfish, though.
So even though, yeah, Hera was a good play. Hera was an awesome play, because that's the flippers, man. Flippers do help, because that makes sure that you can get into Swamp, and it keeps things in logic, so.
Yeah, I mean, normally you wouldn't want to, like, fake Flipper to Ice Palace this early, but at the same time, the Flippers and the Mitts might be pointing you towards doing Ice Palace, so...
So does LTigre, does he also go to Zora here? Because he's going to do the mushroom.
If he hasn't...
Well, Zora has not been checked yet at all, because nobody had money.
Did he fake Flipper up here before? I don't know.
He did.
Probably not.
He did.
Oh, blue boomerang.
Boomerang. The boomerang. Boo.
Just taking the risk that Zora doesn't have anything.
I still would have grabbed that boomerang though.
Yeah.
Just to not have to use the red meringue. I don't like it.
Well, he decided the witch needs it more than he does. So.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. So LTigre going back to Dark World, going to Hera probably.
Yeah, he has the hammer, so.
Yeah. So now he's gonna go to Hera and
Hera is.
Find those water toes.
That's definitely the logical play. If you can clear a crystal dungeon, then there's, usually not a lot of reasons to put it off. Because it could have your next progression item in it, and it's always going to be required, so...
Yep. Absolutely. So Desert Palace is the 5 and 6 crystals. So we since we saw Hera drop, we do know which one it is.
Okay, well that's good to know.
Very good to know. So that means there could be a critical progression item in the Fat Fairy because of the fact that they might have to clear that with Mirror once they find Mirror. So we know there's a lot of stuff that can't be in there, but still could have something very important.
Yeah, and the good thing about the 5-6 crystal being on Swamp is after you clear that, you can go straight up and check the Fat Fairy if you so choose.
Yeah, it makes a lot of routing pretty easy. Because Swamp could have a... Well, no, Swamp is kind of limited on what it could have right now. I mean, of course it could have Ice Rod, but really, it could have Bow, but that's about it.
Could have Cane.
Yeah. Matter of fact, it could have Flute too.
Yeah.
So it could have quite a bit. It's just a matter of when are we going to find the access to it, because we got to find Mirror in order to get...
Yeah. That mirror is...
Yeah, that mirror is definitely the critical item this time around.
I mean, even if, boots weren't required, that would still probably be something I would assume most people would pick up.
Spike Cave check. I like it.
Because Brian... in logic.
Yeah, Brian puts that in logic. Oh, is he gonna make it?
Yeah, it'll be fine. Oh, it's the other piece of clothing, so...
So all the mail is in Death Mountain. also very interesting. I remember I've had a couple of seeds where the clothing has been so close to each other. Swamp Palace, the drained room, had both red mail and blue mail in there once. I've seen that happen so many times.
Yeah, it's like the gap, I guess.
Yeah, it's the proverbial swamp closet.
Uh,
Where is Sinhe heading? Oh, you know what? He's doing mushroom. Okay.
that would
That
seem, yeah.
and Mighty Mike's gonna go check his spike cave as well. All runners are doing some good routing. I like it. They're definitely keeping this in mind as they go through and do all their checks. I'm interested to see if Sinhe's going to do the Zora check, though. I doubt it, because it's one of those things that is so far out of the way.
Yeah, that's like a lot of time to dedicate to one item. Especially when you know it's not required. Like on the ledge, there's just a big 20.
Yeah. But for all we know,
Oh, he's stacking up.
he could have the
I
mirror.
think he's... Yeah, he could definitely have the mirror. Looks like he's stacking up for the... Huh, wonder where he's going.
Pulling out Fire Rod. Where is he going?
Like, you would think that would, like, hint that he's going to go to Ice Palace right now.
Is he going to?
Uh,
He hasn't done Skull Woods all the way through.
oh, is that... That might be where he's going.
That's interesting. Skull Woods is not a crystal, but
At the same time, not checking Skullwoods has potential to bite you in the butt quite badly.
it does.
Especially when
Very,
Fire Rod was in a very accessible place.
yes. And it looks like LTigre is going to make that Ice Palace play.
Yeah, I like this because a lot of people like to put off Ice Palace for a long time, and if something critical's in here, that could give them a big edge.
Listen to the logic. That's one of the biggest keys. Listen to the logic. It's giving you the access. It's giving you bombos. It's giving you Fire Rod. It's giving you flippers. Do it. Yeah, it's definitely the right play right here.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that. Sometimes the breadcrumbs can lead you astray, but at the same time, this is a crystal. And yeah, being able to go mode this would be nice, but in this situation, what else are you going to do? You're probably going to check something that might not be required, so...
I don't find Ice Palace to be as rough as people think, but we have a Zora check from Mighty Mike. Is this going to be what we're looking for?
Let's be interesting. Let's see.
Nope.
Oh my goodness. He has 15 hearts right now. That is crazy.
Oh. We've got 14, 13, 14, and 15. We have so many hearts right now.
It's
This
not
is
even an hour in. That's ridiculous.
That's insane. This seed is definitely on the trolley side, though. If you think about it, because we have mirror needing to be found for boots.
Yeah.
Or book.
Mighty Mikey. Mighty Mike. It's not actually Mikey. I said I call him Mikey, I guess. But yeah, he's going to Ice Palace as well.
Good play. And iBazly's also checking Zora now too. I guess they were just thinking, nope, not gonna let this happen. But the Agina's cave is still alive for that mirror.
Yeah, that would be hilarious. LTigre having some trouble here. He's a fairly experienced runner, so it just goes to show that sometimes if your movement doesn't want to cooperate, this can be a very, very trolly jump.
Yeah, good call.
Yeah, because if you bomb and you fall in the hole, that's death.
There we go. Okay, he got it. So I was sitting there like holding my breath. Please don't do it, LTigre. Bazly does not have the fire rod. It looks like. Has he not gone to Death Mountain? No, he has. He's got Brian.
Yeah.
So he's gone to.
Possible it was missed.
Yeah, I think we do. I think he does have fire rod. I'm pretty sure he does.
He'll. Well, no. No, he
No.
doesn't.
No.
Wow. Huh.
Did
Bad.
he miss
there's
the
Mirror. There's Mirror in the Ice Palace.
Mirror and Ice Palace? Wow. Okay. So Ice Palace is definitely the right play here. That's crazy.
Yeah. Just goes to show, like, the ice has everything. The seed apparently has a hook shot. It's got the mirror.
Ice is nice, man. Ice is nice.
It is.
Flute on Agina. That's yeah. We want Agina to have something apparently. Pet is still alive though, folks. I mean, it's still alive. Ice Rod could be Flute, could be Cane. It can be all those.
I just had a seed recently where Ice Rod was on the pedestal, so it's never over till it's over.
Exactly. The dream is still alive. As a matter of fact, it could still be Mire access too. It could still be, if it's a Quake, then Mire is Quake.
iBazly opting to go to Pod. Since he didn't find that fire rod, I guess that's... He does have Bombos though, so... Ice Palace is still possible for him.
Yeah, and Pod is... This is a very, questionable play. He doesn't have Bow, so he's kind of limited where he can go.
Yeah, this is also a pendant, but this is just a gamble. Like, could be like the biggest play ever for Holy Nose.
Yeah, I mean, it could have anything that, for him, he's probably thinking it could have Mirror, it could have Flute, which we don't know where Flute's at yet.
And Pod, not unknown to having required items in it.
There's a lot of items. There is a lot of items for Pod to have, so it's not a bad play, but not having Bow, not having a Mirror to make it easier to... it's one of those things where Pod is a little bit questionable here. Ice Palace is definitely the right play.
He could definitely get his legs tangled up here. I don't think it's like the worst play in the world, but...
It's never over till it's over. That's one thing about randomizers I've seen. Any play you make is not going to be an issue, because a lot of times these weird plays that you'll see going into Pod like this, or even if Ice Palace didn't play off, it could have been very well the other way around, where Pod was the play for Mirror.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the... Oh, there's Cane in Ice Palace too, so...
Could it be? It's Cane!
Yep, it was a red object. It was a cane. There's only one item in this game that I know fits that description. But yeah, this could have easily been the opposite way around.
That's 20 rupees,
that's just
right?
the thing about rando. Oh, was it 209 rupees?
No, I was... It's like, there's only one object that fits the red description. Yeah, 20 rupees.
Well, I said it was a cane too. I mean... There's plenty of red objects in this game.
Yes, there are.
I would say probably the majority of items in this game are red, to be honest with you.
There's a lot of blue items too.
There are a lot of blue items, but
you have
to consider you got hearts that are red, you got pieces of hearts that were kind of red. I guess they're kind of blue too, but anyway, LTigre demolishing Cold Stare with that magic and fire rod.
Definitely well done on that fight. I love seeing clean Cold Stare fights. They're always awesome to see.
Yeah, I like seeing him bullied too, just because he's such a jerk. Well, for LTigre, that puts Turtle Rock at, like, he can go into Turtle Rock right now. He can't complete it unless he finds the Ice Rod in there, but he can go in there.
Yeah, Turtle Rock is definitely a play.
Everything is in the logic right now except for Trinex.
Yeah, including Laser Bridge because he's got Brian. So, and LTigre has not done the Zora area check, so he's doing all of this in logic. So his routing has been definitely negative sequence breaks.
Sequence breaks don't always pay off. Sometimes they pay off in a huge way. Sometimes they can lead you astray.
Yeah, sometimes they can be just a huge waste of time. Like I've seen plenty of times Hobo paying off, but most of the time it's just a matter of what you're looking at. If you can keep it within logic, usually that's not a bad play. But sometimes sequence breaks can just put you so far ahead because you decided to do something out of logic.
Yeah.
Pretty much, welcome to randomizer, folks.
Yep, that's pretty much the basic rule. I can see sequence breaks being useful, in general, and sometimes it's the most efficient, like the highest item density of things you're probably going to check anyway.
The most common sequence break is fake flippers. That's the most common one that most people will do, especially if they get the Moon Pearl early. Personally, and my honest opinion, I don't think sequence breaking Ice Palace is ever a good idea. I would always try to make sure you have the flippers to get there, only because it's one of those things where it makes sure that you're going to have what you need to get in there. I just don't feel like it's going to pay off, because you're not going to find flippers in there to go to Swamp Palace and things like that. It limits what you can do.
Yeah, I think you could make an argument for sequence breaking Ice Palace sometimes. For example, like if you can somehow get into Ice Palace, well, never mind. It's very rare, but I think there are arguments you can make to do it.
Yeah, there's always exceptions to the rules, and
well, I mean, for example,
is going to find.
Sorry about that. If, for example, the last item you need is flippers, and you only need that to get into Ice Palace, then yeah, go ahead and sequence break that.
Yeah, if Ice Palace is your last crystal, things like that, which it can be if you just haven't checked a few overworld spots to get flippers, do it. Sequence break it. Go ahead.
Yeah. Well,
so he's probably going to open this, go into Hookshot Cave, and go get those boots.
Yeah, I would assume so, because boots save you a lot of time. The sooner you get them, the more time it saves. And this makes, if he has to save and quit in here, much less of a pain.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That mirror find is just so critical. Oh, man.
Yeah, mirror opens up quite a bit in the chain.
Yeah, Ice Palace is the big payoff this time around. Having both Kane and Mirror, that's the value right there.
Ice has everything or it has nothing, in my experience.
Yeah, Ice has everything until it doesn't.
Yeah. So he opted to save and quit and not go into Turtle Rock. I understand why.
I do too, because you want to try to clear it last, but I also understand what he's doing. He's getting these boots areas out of the way, and making the Desert Palace play.
Well, he can do Desert Palace, he can do Swamp Palace if he wants to.
Yeah, get that. Go ahead.
If he dips into Turtle Rock and Ice Rod isn't there, that means he's going to have to come back at some point.
Yeah, he'll have to double dip. You want to try to double dip as little as possible.
Yeah, especially when it might not be required at all.
Apparently, we need Swagnet hype.
Yeah. The King's Net, that's what it was.
It was the King's Net. That is what it is. It is his pastime.
King Robert used that to hunt butterflies, I guess.
Yeah, apparently SpongeBob is king. Yes, I went there. I have kids. Leave me alone.
Okay, well, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Mighty Mike making the Turtle play, and what's in the first chest? What's in the first chest? What's in the
We
first
have
chest?
Ice Rod. Ice Rod and Turtle Rock. What is
Great.
this?
Well, if that lets him go mode swamp somehow, that is a big thing.
That's wicked. That is insane.
That's just hilarious. I love it.
Thank you, Turtle Rock, for being the troll that we love you for. Good
Well,
lord.
let's see here. As far as pedestal goes now, that could be flute, could be quake.
Bow. No, can't be bow. Excuse me. Cannot be bow.
Cannot be bow, unfortunately.
So pretty much we are down to flute and quake. That is it.
Yep, and
Head
Quake's
is still alive.
Yeah, Quake's just got that 33% chance of being required, unfortunately.
But flute is a big one. Unless flute is on laser bridge, which honestly it's kind of looking that way because we're getting short on items. Now it could be powder, which could lead to flute.
Wouldn't that be funny?
That would be crazy. Because Fetch Quest has not gotten us pretty much anything. It's gotten us Bloomerang and that's it.
Yeah.
But it's looking like Turtle Rock may have something on Laser Bridge because if you're thinking about it, there's been a lot of items already found. You could, because we already know where both blue and red mail are. We've got both those. Lunchbox has only got lunch money. I cannot believe Ice Rod was in that first chest. Man.
I can believe it's in Turtle Rock, but having it in the first chest is kind of much.
Yeah, that's when your heart stops as a runner because you're sitting there and you're like, oh man, I'm making this play into Turtle Rock without Ice Rod. What am I doing? You open it and you just go.
Yeah, and the time difference between like climbing Death Mountain and doing Go Mode Swamp, I'm pretty sure checking all the swamp is slower than actually making the reclimb up here. So even if you do this Turtle Rock last, I don't think it actually saves you any time if you're full checking swamp for that Ice Rod.
Yeah, I mean, really, full clearing Turtle Rock, there's not much time save. Full clearing swamp is. You completely go away from left side. Left side is at least, what, 2 to 3 minutes?
Yeah, it's something like that. Whereas in Turtle Rock, all you really save is not checking the middle chest and not checking Mimic Cave. And that's about it. I guess you could maybe not check Laser Cave or Laser Bridge if you find a small key before that.
Yeah, if you're able to steal Pokey, or you can actually do that, okay. But I mean, even then, it's like there's not much time save in Turtle Rock. Really, like you can skip Big Chest, but you're going right past it. You can skip Mimic Cave.
You're going right past it.
Yeah, it's literally like this is maybe 30 seconds to go into Mimic Cave, kill these mimics real quick, like.
Yeah, and if Big Key is in the middle chest in Turtle Rock, you're not saving yourself any time anyway, because you can't skip that. If you don't find it before that, you're checking that anyway.
Yeah, you're gonna have to.
Yeah.
So got Sinhe going in. Now we've got the sequence break from LTigre going in, or not sequence break, excuse me, the divergence from LTigre going into Desert Palace first. So he's going to go ahead and get this out of the way.
Yeah, he could complete Turtle Rock if he goes into it just because he'll find the Ice Rod, but he doesn't know that. So I agree with the desert play.
Yeah, I like the desert play. I mean, I probably would have been the one to do what LTigre if it was me. Just because, again, you want to find the Ice Rod before you go in there. It's kind of hard to bank on it being in there.
Yeah, it's definitely risky. I mean, you know, I could see you making that gamble later on when you've got like sparse world locations.
Yeah, exactly.
You're like, well, it's either here or I'm going to lose this race anyway, so.
Oh man, I just realized Mighty Mike is doing Total Rock without the lantern.
Yeah, this is actually, if you know what you're doing, this is not a hard dark room at all.
Yeah, it's mainly just knowing the directions. So once you see your sprite kind of move and you see the fire in their spots, it's not too hard.
If you get turned around like he did, it can be a nightmare.
Oh, he fell. Yeah, that's always rough.
Oh, he's going. Oh, maybe he knows what he's doing, and I'm just being dumb.
I personally, if I'm in the
Yeah.
if I'm doing it dark room, I like to go left. I know most runners, almost everybody goes right. I like to go left. I don't think it's a time save. I don't think there's any difference in time, but it's just, I guess, personal preference at this point. Let's see how well he does this laser bridge. Ooh.
Taking a little spill. This is hard. This is very hard to do. You know, the skips.
Yeah, it's rough, but the fact that he's got Brian now, he had a blue potion, that's going to help him out. So he's got enough magic to be able to get through these two. Yay, fire shield.
Yay! That's technically that's technically mirror shield. Now that we've seen all three shields, but
Yes, we have. That is very correct. Mirror shield. The last shield was at the dam, and that is a still a big possibility of Ped being alive, folks. There was no flute in the laser bridge, so that is. I'm liking this. I'm liking this. Come on, Ped. I'm sitting here licking my lips and rubbing my hands together.
oh man.
Trinex probably does have an item though, doesn't he? I think they already found the compass and the map.
I believe so. But we'll find out very shortly.
Yep.
Opting for hammer. Hammer, of course, does tempered sword damage, so.
Yeah, I'm wondering where the it's probably third and fourth sword in Ganon's tower. That's usually the case.
Yeah, if you're unlucky, sometimes it's the all the swords except the first one.
Now this is okay. Good. Oh, when you're doing Trinex with no half magic, you run the risk of literally soft locking almost. You have to die. You have to go back in, get magic. It's rough. It's
Yeah.
very easy to miss that. For some reason, the ice head is trolly. It moves so much.
Yeah, you know, if you get lucky, sometimes they'll just be very still. Sometimes they'll jump around a lot.
What did Agina have? I don't think he had anything important. I didn't see anything change on the tracker.
Well, no. That's usually the case.
Yeah,
Oh
Agina.
my, well, okay.
Flute on Trinex. Why? Okay,
So,
we're hoping for Quake for Meyer.
yeah, that's our last hope here. Or, yeah.
Or powder. Or powder.
Yeah, if it's powder, you know, Quake could
Well,
still be somewhere, but
yeah, that's very true. I'm sitting here like begging for Ped to be there because I'm evil that way. But
yeah. This could end up being very fast seed for the people who went to Turtle Rock early.
very true. And yes, Bo can be in Ganon's Tower. Very true.
Yes, it can, actually. None of the required dungeons need bow. The only thing you need bow for is for the mimics as you're climbing Ganon's Tower. It could even be in the big chest in GT.
That is very true. You are evil.
Yeah.
I like it. That is. Bo cannot be validation chest. Bo cannot be the Maldorm 2 chest because you need it for the mimics. There are red mimics on the way up, so.
And that's all you really need it for, aside from killing Ganon, as far as the logic is concerned.
Yes. And does the Yeah, well, I mean, you're going to need it anyway, so as long as you have silver, it doesn't require you to have silver arrows, though, correct? Logic never requires that.
I think, you know, the logic will assume you have silver arrows, so...
Gotcha. Yeah, because silver arrows are always nice to have, but you can do spin hits on Ganon whenever he is at the very last transition as he's teleporting. So that's
Yeah.
silverless Ganon.
Yeah, spin is not a hard thing with a little practice. When you're first doing it, it's going to probably seem like, well, this is impossible, but if you try it for a little bit, it's actually very easy. And then once you do it one time, you can do it every time after that.
Yeah, it's really. Once I learned it, it's one of those things where it's just getting used to it. As you do it more, it's repetition. You get used to it. It's dodging the fire. Dodging the fire is the hard part to me. Like you get set up to do the spin slash and you just miss. Like you try to get out of the way and you miss. So
Yeah, if you have to move in a very specific way, usually to be fast enough. Like if you try to like walk around it, like like a circle, you're not going to make it in time. But once you get used to the movement, then it's not too hard.
So LTigre is choosing to not go left side.
Yeah, this is something a lot of people like to do lately.
There's Quake. Pet is dead, folks. Pet is dead.
Wow. And there's the cape. Pet is dead, but GT Big Chest is alive.
Yes.
Let's put our hopes on that.
Yes, Bo is still MIA. Which, if you're these runners, do you bank on Bo being in Ganon's Tower?
Well, you know, if you get to that point and your options are go into GT, or look to the overworld, or up. Oh, he forgot his key. No, LTigre.
What are you doing?
It's like, what? Huh? Huh?
Oh man.
Oh. Okay, well, your question, I think you at that point you go into GT because GT has way more items than all the pin dungeons combined. So you might as well clear that.
Very true. I agree. I mean, at this point, if you're LTigre though, and this doesn't give you an item, and you still have a few items on left side,
Well, you gotta go back in at that point.
you're gonna go back in. Yeah.
If you don't, that's like a huge gamble, but not like a super unreasonable one, but at the same time a very risky one. Because you're never gonna come back here if you do that.
Yeah. Now, there's many instances that I just kind of go mode Mire. It's one of those things where Mire is kind of aggravating to me. But I will also point this out. Mighty Mike is in Mire without the lamp. He's going to have to do the Mire dark rooms.
Yeah, that's the hardest dark room, in my opinion.
It's, yeah, one of the most frustrating dark rooms without the lamp. It's just, you've got so much setup, so much possibility to miss, and especially on top of that, no half magic.
Yeah. I mean, if you're comfortable with it, go for it. I mean, lamp's not, you know, something you need. It's required by the logic, but...
Bo in
Oh my
Checkerboard gosh. Cave.
This is actually like a really fast seed if you know where you're going.
Oh.
So, Sinhe is in go mode at this point. We
have go mode!
So, and I'm assuming he did Ice Palace, like, I'm assuming he cleared that because he has Mirror.
Yeah, he would have had to. So he's going to definitely quick clear this and go hit Swamp Palace. He, actually, he's going to do Desert Palace first.
Yeah, he'll probably do these back to back for sure.
Yeah, so we're going to have a interesting little run here because ideally LTigre has a choice here. he's going to either go to Mire or Turtle Rock. And if he goes...
Okay, he can actually go to Mire at this point. Because Fruit's on Trinex.
You're right. Yeah, excuse me. I'm sitting here thinking of other runners with the effect they've already cleared Trinex. So, yeah, he's going to have to go to Turtle Rock first. So he's going to be full clearing Turtle Rock, which, as we said, not much of a time difference. But he's going to be able to go mode Mire. Yeah. Unless, well, does he check checkerboard first? Because he might have to clear Mire. That's going to be interesting. His routing is going to decide a lot for him.
Yeah, I think the checkerboard cape before doing Mire makes the most sense to me, at least, because that's a guaranteed item. And Mire has such spread out chests that it can take a long time to check.
And chat does point something out. iBazly still does not have Fire Rod. So he has not checked Spectacle Rock Cave.
That is rough. Because at this point, that's like probably the last thing he's thinking about. And that's such an easy check to check while you're up there. So, And
an interesting thing about Mire, if this chest has a small key, that means it is vanilla big key.
Yep, Mire has some very interesting key logic.
Yeah, there's another key logic too that somebody was telling me, and I don't remember all the details of it, but that's the one right there. That if that chest with the spikes around it has a small key, without a doubt, 100% of the time, vanilla big key.
Yeah, certain. So the logic will assume that you will never lock yourself out of any room. For anybody who doesn't know, so the key setups and chests can tell you a lot of information about where something can be and can't be, if you know the logic itself.
Got Brian Strats on the Vitreous. Good old Vitty.
Yeah, I don't blame him, because this is a hard...
Especially with Master Sword and no bow.
Yeah, bow makes this fight...
Yeah, Sinhe is going to have a easier fight. He's got bow, and on top of that, he also has lamp, which I will point out Mighty Mike did get through those rooms very well.
Yeah, the fact that he got through them, and we didn't even notice, just goes to show how well he did them.
Yes, we've got really high quality runners here.
Oh, don't get another hug, please.
Yeah, come on, Mighty Mike. Be mighty. Be mighty. He's taking it nice and slow. I like that. Don't rush it.
Yeah, if you're patient, it can make a huge difference.
Yeah, a death wastes. There you go. Yeah, a death wastes more time than just waiting.
Yeah, especially if you have to go through those dark rooms again with no lamp.
Yeah.
There's powder in the bumper cave.
Oh no, that's actually not good for LTigre. That means he's gonna go check bat.
Yeah, I mean it's a nice safety to have, but yeah, it's not going to get him anything he wants right now.
Yeah,
unless it's a sword, and then there you go.
Yeah, a sword would be nice, but you know, chances of GT having a sword are going to be there. I mean, there's plenty of possibilities on that. I've seen so many times a sword being on Torch.
Yeah, it's not that uncommon, just because swords don't actually have much requirements for logic. And where does all the junk go? It goes to GT, so...
Yep. So many chances in there. I mean, you've got 22 chests, of course, for the big key, even, and you have, let's see, 1, 2... How many spots total are there in GT? I don't know that off the top of my head.
I don't know. I would assume it would be the same number. Well, there's the chest upstairs too. So do you mean the chest downstairs, or the chest upstairs, or all of them total?
All of them total.
That would
27
be
total.
27. Yeah.
Yeah, and thank you, Nostradamus, for 3 months in a row. We really do appreciate that support. Fantastic.
So LTigre checking some overworld right now. I wonder if he'll. Like, I can't blame him for not wanting to go to Turtle Rock without the ice rod, but at the same time,
You're running out of options, you know?
yeah, even if it doesn't have the ice rod, I could have the flute or the bow or something.
Yeah, there's plenty of things that I could have to open up what you got. So that's really.
Well, he's gonna check that. I don't blame him for that. He just got it, so might as well.
Yeah, but I mean, of course, we pretty much know there's very little that could be there other than maybe a sword upgrade.
It's gotta be sword, right? Bat always has something good.
1 rupee. Okay, all right. I bow.
Always bet on bat. I'm telling you.
Oh man, that is where it's at.
Yeah.
Bat just cooking up some bacon, man. That's all it is. Good lord, Bat. Oh man. This seed has been like, it's been trolly, but not really. It's just all the items are in like perfect spots to just completely go mode and get it quick and go. It's just nuts how linear this seed has been.
Yeah, but he is actually opting to go into pod, it looks like.
Oh no, LTigre.
Yes. It's not gonna net him anything, really.
I don't know how I feel about this play.
I feel like, you know, Turtle Rock's required. I would probably go there first. Because even if you have to double dip Turtle Rock, you can come back there later to finish it. It doesn't take that long to actually get back to Trineck, because you're not checking a lot of things.
Yeah, you literally don't have to go get the key to come back. You can just straight go there.
Yeah, I mean,
So
it's like 2 minutes. It's not that big of a time loss.
Double dipping TR is usually not nearly as bad as it's one of the least painful ones to double dip. So when you start having to triple dip and things like that, that's when it becomes a little bit rough. But
yeah, and I think, you know, double dipping Turtle Rock is sometimes not a terrible idea anyway, because it's such an obvious play right now to go in there. You have everything you need. Well, he actually doesn't have Fire Rod, so. Oh wait, I'm looking at the wrong screen. What am I talking about?
It's like iBazly's the one without Fire Rod. Everybody else does. Yeah, LTigre is only missing the bow and ice rod for his flute too, which we know is on Trinex. So really, he's banking on flute and ice rod being in here. I don't think he's as worried about bow because it's not required for any of the dungeons. He might be thinking the same thing we were thinking. Bow might be in Ganon's tower. So, but at this point, we can say Sinhe has the lead out of our featured rounds. He's definitely got that lead.
Yeah, he'll be going to Ganon's tower after he clears this out, and he won't have to check anything here.
Even though Mighty Mike is close on his heels, he's just got to do Desert Palace, which he didn't do Desert Palace after Mire?
Huh. I wonder if that's a mistake, because that seems like something you would definitely do after Mire. So we don't know. He'll pause soon, we'll know then.
Okay, it was just a miss. Okay.
Alright, so. Yeah, Mighty Mike is not far behind today at all.
Yeah, we are really close on sync on that.
It's like a screen behind, and that's not a lot of time.
That's very little time. Matter of fact, this is going to come down to execution, probably in the gauntlet, as a matter of fact, or left side, right side.
Yep, could come down to where the big key is. Could
And
come down if there's a sword in GT, if one of them finds it or not.
exactly. Exactly. And the LTigre having a sword, it's been Mana Sword, or excuse me, Master Sword Ganon. I hate it. I
Yeah.
hate it. I can't stand it. It's so annoying.
It's it's okay with silvers, but it's still pretty annoying to have to do it.
Yeah. Once you get to that final phase, it's not bad. But getting to that final phase is so annoying.
If Ganon doesn't go to the top right corner to give you some easy spin slashes, then yeah, it can be a real pain for sure.
So while we're waiting for this vitreous fight to be over for Sinhe, I want to make the comment here. Remember to follow the runners, guys. LTigre, iBazly, Mighty Mike, Sinhe, they are putting themselves out there. They decided to let you watch them do this run. It's not an easy thing. Please follow them. Give them your support. They're your entertainment for tonight or today, this afternoon, wherever you're at. On top of the fact, our trackers, we've got JTN, Recidador, doing a great job. And of course, I also wanted to give a good shout out to my co-commentator Mal, or Mally, however you say your name. I'm sorry, I never really asked that. I just gotta say your name.
It doesn't matter at this point. I've heard it many different ways. But thank you. I would like to give a shout out to my co-commentator, Unknown Availability.
And I appreciate that. Thank you. And of course, you can just call me Unknown. No need to say the full name.
I got you.
And we've got Eastern Palace now. LTigre is going to probably, well, he can't do full clear, so he's
Nope.
going to have to back out of that. He's checking all these places that have been checked by our other runners.
Yeah.
Bazly just getting his powder. Good lord. All the red herrings being checked.
Yeah, not finding that fire rod is hurting him quite a bit. And I'm wondering how that happened.
I mean, sometimes it's just easy to go the wrong way in your routing. It's rough.
Yeah.
Mighty Mike making up time because Sinhe was having some trouble on the fight there, but he's gonna go get some bottles. And as you know, we have a game that we play that chat's already beating me to. There are 22 spots for the big key in Ganon's Tower, and we like to make guesses. So you can guess 1 through 22, and you will get the bragging rights, because on the 4-player races we do not have any special things for that, but it's always fun to do. So if you like to be trolly, pick 22 because that's usually tile room. If you like to be nice, pick 1 and you're probably going to be wrong. So, what do you think is going to be the big key this time around?
No, this seat's been pretty nice, I'm gonna say. Tile room, why not? 22.
I go 11. I'm always a banker on 11. It's just middle of the road and it's always been wrong. So I'm gonna say 11 still, and maybe one day.
Well, you know, if you keep picking 11, eventually you're gonna be right, right?
Nope, because the game hates me. But that's okay. I think 11 this time, but I'm going to give a backup guess, and I'm going to say behind Ice Armor. I think it's going to be Vanilla. I really think Vanilla.
Yeah, vanilla wouldn't be too rough, I don't think.
This game has given us Vanilla Book, so that's why I'm banking on Vanilla. Is he
All the
going to
clues
Catfish?
Yep. He is really just not interested in Turtle Rock right now.
We see it so often, man, with runners just like, I don't want to do it until I have to.
Yeah.
And I tell you, Mighty Mike is right on the heels of Sinhe right now.
Yeah, these two are very, very close. Sinhe going at 129.20. Only like
Right.
a 30-second difference.
Yeah, and that's no time at all. key. And there's the sword right there.
Of course.
Oh man, right at the beginning. And he's going to continue going right. So do we see a divergence here? Do we see Mighty Mike check those two and then go left? That's actually my preferred strat. I check those two. I don't like going right. I feel like you can get these two chests very quick and then go get 4, 5, and really quick chests.
Yeah, I'll do, I don't know, it depends on how I'm feeling at the time, but usually if there's a small key on the right side, I will continue going right side.
A lot of people do like doing that.
And that's exactly why I do it, because big key is over here, and I just decide, oh, nope, I'm new to the left side. Then that's like a big time loss.
Yeah, and really, if you think about it, it's just what you prefer, because it's very possible that the big key could be on the torch, and if you're not checking, then you're gonna be spending the time to go back anyway. So there's a possibility of a time waste. There's a possibility of a time save. Really, the only strat that doesn't pay off most of the time is the Dark Magician strat.
Well, that actually has like the highest statistics behind it, I believe, but just, you know, it's such a catastrophic backfire if it doesn't work.
So that's yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there.
I was just gonna say, it's just such a catastrophic backfire that normally people won't do that.
Yeah, so we've got 7 spots checked so far, and we are going to be doing 8, 9, 10, and 11 right now. Is 11 it? Am I going to be right? No, of course not.
Telling you, it's gonna be Tyler. I know.
Bob,
I can feel it.
Yeah, I can hear it in your voice. There's really nothing they can find either. Ganon's Tower is pretty empty if you think about it.
Yeah, there's almost nothing. There's nothing here that they could really find. I think they found all the bottles. We know where all the shields are. We know where all the mails are. We know where all the swords are.
Yeah, pretty much.
Can't even bug net. It's like awful.
How often do you see that empty Ganon's Tower? Just a sword upgrade.
Well, I guess the sword was nice. Can't ask for much more than that, I guess.
But how often is it only one sword? That's hardly ever.
Yeah, I mean, usually there's like another nice item here somewhere. Like half magic's very common in here.
Bob is alive. We're about to check Rando Room, which is a very common occurrence. I've lost count of how many chests we're on right now.
I think this would be 14? Maybe? I don't know.
Well, 11, then 12, 13, 14, 15,
See,
16.
none of this matters because it's going to be Tower Room. I don't have to count.
And we are getting... Oh, Bazly is checking the tablets now, too. Checking the tablets. Oh, man.
Yeah,
and LTigre finally made the Turtle Rock play.
Yeah, I probably ran out of things to check, honestly.
I bet you he's kicking himself, though. As soon as he saw that ice rod, he's just like, oh my lord, why did I just go, oh, that's going to be some makeup time there for Mighty Mike, because Sinhe had to take a fall there from that little, oh no!
Yeah, he's getting kind of trolled here.
That little hammer guy, I think we have a new troll dorm.
Certainly trying.
All right, Bob Chest, what you got? What you got?
Oh.
Bob is alive!
Oh, man. Well, these two are now, like, totally in sync.
Yes. Literally, like, just frames away. And I believe we do have one dot done right now. Christos Owen is finishing first. So Christos Owen with the official time of 1:31:46. Yep. So congratulations, Christos Owen.
Yep. GG to him. Christos is still good at this game. I'm sure many people are surprised.
Yeah, Christos is definitely a very amazing runner. One of those guys that you always see in the top.
Oh yeah.
Which, I mean, of course, we've got Sinhe and Mighty Mike racing possibly for second. Which that time 1:31:46, he optimized this run without a doubt.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. This was a very quick steed if you hit all the good spots in the right order.
Mighty Mike is taking a lead. It's coming down to this gauntlet. I knew it was going to do this.
Yeah, he has to be careful though. He does not have a lot of hearts, and I don't know if he has a potion. He might.
Yeah, we're looking at hearts here. These trolley blue guys. So now we have the lead on Sinhe's side. They're going back and forth.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh. Sinhe with a very slight lead.
Oh, man. Oh, he didn't use his... Oh, he didn't get powder. So he can't even do that. Oh, man.
Yeah, Powder was in the bumper cave, of course.
Oh, he's down to 1.5 hearts on... Is he gonna clutch this? Clutch.
He did
Turning
very
around
well.
and blocking those.
Oh,
he did have a potion. Wow, he was waiting to the last minute to use that potion.
Yeah, I probably realized, well, I'm taking a big risk now. Because if you get knocked off this platform and you fall, that's gonna be fatal.
Yeah, because you would have taken that half heart hit and the 1 full heart from the fall. And actually, Mighty Mike is literally just seconds behind Sinhe.
They're like neck and neck still.
Yeah, this room is a spot where I see a lot of people make up these few seconds, like when they're entering rooms differently, just how well they can optimize this room.
Yeah, if you move well, you can get through this room very, very quickly.
We have another dot done. It is Salty Fry, finishing at 1:36:13 in second place. Congratulations, Salty Fry. GG.
It's GG, sir. Oh, Mike pulling ahead a little bit.
Mighty Mike ahead again. Oh man, this is like watching an amazing boxing match here.
They're rubber banding each other pretty nicely.
And how mad is LTigre going to be when he finds the flute on Trinex?
I would be extremely mad. If I checked all that stuff and then, whoops, everything's here.
Coming down to Troll Dorm. We got a good clear on Troll Dorm from both of them. They're literally down to milliseconds here.
And it's insane how close this is.
And Troll Dorm chest.
Yeah, they both choose to check it. Just the compass, of course.
Well, they need direction on how to get to Aghanim.
Yeah. Sometimes I need help navigating this room too. This can be a very trolly room if you don't get through it right away. But they get through it with no problem at all.
How many blue balls?
7.
Oh, you're so mean. That's a 2 for Mighty Mike. That is a 2 for Sinhe. They are literally neck and neck.
Oh,
Close to a triple.
So this will be, yeah.
Yeah, that last one's hard to miss. So 2-2-2 for both of them, literally getting Aghanim down within seconds of each other. We have a 3rd, 4th, and 5th place finisher right here. We have Glan with a official SRL time of 1:37:40 in 3rd place, and we have Fry R57 with an official SRL of 1:38:34 in 4th place, and Evanitis, I always mispronounce their names, at SRL time of 1:39:02. Congratulations, folks! Wonderful job, GG. So we are coming down to 6th place now for our runners on the feature.
Yeah, Tempered makes this fight a breeze.
Yes, Tempered is such a help on this fight. So we have easy Ganon strats this time around. Just got to avoid any falls. And interesting enough, our two runners that are at Ganon right now don't have half magic. They never checked Hammer Cave.
Yeah, that's interesting. Oh, Mikey, I hope you have another blue potion. Okay, thank God.
That would have been so bad.
Yeah.
that would have been painful. Thinking, oh, I'm gonna play safe strats and not getting your lamp. And he has to use Fire Rod too, because he does not have lamp be able to just spam.
Yep. Torch glitch, not that important when you have silvers, but still, you know, that's not a lot of leeway with your magic. Well, I think that's 2 for Mikey.
Ooh, that was a nice Fire Rod throw.
Oh
no,
Sinhe.
Sinhe got it! By seconds!
Yeah,
and we have a couple of snipes. Or no, Mighty Mike did put in his done first, but no, Sinhe put in his and then Mighty Mike. Sinhe finishes with an official SRL time of 1:41.05 at 6th place. Mighty Mike, seconds. Literal seconds. 2 seconds at 1:41.07.
Yeah, that was a extremely close race between these two on the restream, which is, you know, not super rare, but not quite that close usually. So very exciting to watch.
2 seconds apart. That is crazy cool. I love it. Cool seed, right?
Yeah.
The third sword, or the fourth sword upgrade was actually at Bat. Bat had the sword upgrade.
Certainly was.
Sinhe, sir. How are you? Are you there? Mic not working? What's going on?
Might be having a mic issue.
I guess we are having a mic issue, or
yeah, sometimes this happens to me too.
Yeah,
you know, mic
no
being
worries.
muted.
No worries. Yeah, he's gonna reload real fast. Not a big deal. But while we are waiting on him to reload and come back in, I do want to say again, remember, these folks are providing your entertainment. Please, please, please give your runners a follow. LTigre, iBazly, Mighty Mike, and Sinhe, especially because of that amazing finish. Sinhe, welcome back again.
Okay, test. Is it working now?
It's working. There we go.
Perfect.
So, your thoughts on this seed?
I was pretty straightforward, actually, after finding the lamp on the pyramid.
Yes.
So I kind of enjoyed the seed overall. I thought after getting the Fire Rod up on Death Mountain, that might could lead to Skullwoods, because Skullwoods was completely Fire Rod blocked at least the last 2 items. Turned out to be absolutely nothing, but...
Yeah, that's what I was saying too. This was very straightforward. We were hoping for some trolls. We were trying to commentate our Kershaw, but you and Mighty Mike neck and neck, 2 seconds apart, which Mighty Mike just joined us. GG to both of you, by the way.
GG to both. Mike. GG.
Right,
2 seconds, amazing.
Yeah, that was a very exciting race to watch. So, you go into Shovel Rock. You open that first chest. What thoughts go through your head?
Yeah, well, might as well finish it while I'm here. That's the only thing. I mean, it would have been kind of a stupid idea to just leave Turtle Rock behind, because I was gambling that the bow is in Turtle Rock itself this time. So I just went ahead and finished it while I could.
That was my next question too. When you found bow in Checkerboard Cave, was that also a sigh of relief, or were you like kind of thinking it may be in Ganon's Tower?
I was hoping to find the bow at least before Misery, since I had the silvers, and
Hello,
my
guys.
Vitreous is kind of annoying.
Yes.
Yeah, that
Why
was
did-
really annoying. I did Vitreous with Master Sword only, and just after that I went Checkerboard Cave.
Yeah, I did it vice versa. I went into Checkerboard Cave before entering Misery Mire.
Yeah, that cost me probably a minute or so.
I was gonna say that was a huge difference, and that was actually a makeup for Sinhe, because he had that silver arrow and he went straight through, and that was kind of when the sync started happening. Y'all were changing places so many times in Ganon's tower. It was crazy to watch, like literally neck and neck the whole time.
Ah, amazing. So at least we were entertaining.
Yeah.
Yes, very entertaining. And I know actually one of our other featured runners has found the fire rod now. He Bazly had not checked Spectacle Rock Cave. He was behind on that, and right now we have a sync between LTigre and Bazly.
Yeah, they
are both
literally
in
are
Mire.
going to the same room at the same time. It's quite.
Ah, amazing.
And real quick, I will say that we do have a few more .duns. I believe we have. Oh, going to check that. Give me just a moment. Yeah, we have Gemini finishing in 9th place at 1:43.18 with his SRL time, and then we have Error with an official SRL time of 1:44.58, and D2 Kemps at 11th place with an official SRL time of 1:45.21. GG to all of them. Wonderful job. Few forfeits out there, which I'm not sure exactly how many there were, but not a big deal. It's always a good job to come in and do the races. It's always fun to do. So we asked Sinhe already about his thoughts of the seed. What are your thoughts, Mighty Mike? How do you feel about this seed?
I was so lucky on many plays I did, especially Turtle Rock. Going into it, knowing that I don't have the ice rod was really sketchy, but it paid off immensely. That was amazing.
Yeah, how big of a sigh of relief was that? Just a
It was pretty insane.
definitely. And I got to give you credit on taking the nice and slow, not trying to do spin strats on the Vitreous fight. That could have really hurt.
Yeah, I had nothing left to heal. No magic, anything. Just 2 hearts, and yeah. Don't want to take risk on that one.
Especially with no lamp, you are you're the only featured runner that did not pick up the lamp.
Where was it, by the way?
It was on the pyramid.
On the pyramid? Never
That's all I
checked.
You never went to Pyramid, yeah. Props on that, man. Honestly, when we were talking about you and not having the lamp, we were like, dark rooms well and everything like that, and then we look back, and you're already on Vitreous, and we're like, well, apparently he did dark rooms well.
Yeah, props
So-
to that. Mire Dark Room's one of the dark rooms I actually can't do, so always nice to see it done.
Yeah, I had the same kind of scene this morning, and I struggled very, very, very hard on the dark rooms, and it just happened. So I took maybe 30 minutes to learn Misery Mire Dark Room and TR Dark Room, and just after I learned them, I gotta use them in the next run. So
that does help. That
Yep.
does help. I love the practice ROM out there. It just using it after you do a run and saying, you know what, that was so hard and so annoying. Let's go ahead and practice that.
yeah, never struggle on that again.
Yeah, okay. Who was it that went? Was it you, Mighty Mike, that went to Dam first when you first started?
I believe that was LTigre.
That was LTigre that did that. Okay, because one of our featured runners went to the Dam first, and I wanted to ask them about that because that was such a weird routing choice. And I was saying when it happened, I was like, that must have bit them at some point because they.
I wonder if he was planning to go the south route and he accidentally like autopiloted straight down. It's like, well, I'm already here. I might as well go all the way.
Yeah, it's really hard to tell because sometimes it's like there's 2 routes that people take most often, and the first one is pretty much what everybody did, and they went up to Uncle, checked that, and the other one's just going south through the and I'm blanking, going through the race game and everything like that, and checking that, because just easy bomb access, easy bomb spots. So
we were lucky on bombs early on. Tree had them, and one of the chests, I think, in Uncle's place had some as well.
yeah, I don't even know what it's called. I guess it's Uncle's area or whatever. Uncle
Yeah.
the bombs as well as a tree pull had bombs. Yeah, bombs were definitely plentiful this race. And the fourth sword, by the way, was actually in I don't know if y'all heard me say this earlier, but it's in Powder spot. Powder was on Bumper Cave.
Okay.
So,
Okay, where was Cape?
I picked Cave in Swamp Palace.
Yeah. Okay, well, I've never checked. I just could go moded.
Yeah, I just picked up the 2 chests after you lower the water level. The 2 chests at the bottom near the end.
Alright.
Just because I had only Master Sword, and I know my Master Sword Ganon plays not really great.
Yeah, I just
So-
checked the last chest before Argus and Swamp. I go modded everything else.
Yeah.
Was hoping
So-
for at least Temper, but then Ganon Tower happened. Yes.
so
Sure.
thoughts when you saw Boots on the floating island.
I had to go for it. I knew Book. Was it Book? Wait, Book was on the library.
Sure
And-
was. What else would be there?
And might have been something required, and well, I picked it up only because it could have been necessary, but it wasn't. But still, having boats is a plus during a race when you know that you can grab them. And I, at the same time, picked up Red Mail, and it's just they're never required, the mails, but they're so useful. You don't pass them when they're so easy to get.
That's
yeah,
the-
I
that's-
agree.
That was the crazy thing about the routing was, Mighty Mike, your routing, you were able to get them immediately.
Yeah.
Sinhe, though, go ahead.
Yeah, well, I saw the boots on the floating island, but I haven't had the mirror by that time, so I had to do a double dip for them.
Yeah, me neither. I didn't have mirror when I checked for boots.
I mean, after my second visit, naturally, I grabbed the boots, grabbed the red mail, then straight into Turtle Rock after mirror and came in Ice Palace.
Mhm.
Did you also see? I'm. Yeah, you did sequence break. I'm thinking of LTigre. LTigre was the one that did a lot of things in else. He was the one that had a lot of different routing choices and things like that.
Yeah, Mighty Mike was the first one, I believe, who actually sequence breaked the fountain, and it paid off in spades.
When I got hook shot, I know Heath Death Mountain was available, so might as well sequence break there. I tried also to sequence break with flippers, but it didn't pay off. I think I got Ether. I don't remember exactly which. I think I got a
believe,
medallion.
I believe Ether was in Swamp, or not Swamp, Skull Woods.
Skull was yeah, it's true.
Yeah, Ether was in Skullwoods.
Yeah, and I don't blame you for going up to sequence break that, because the only way that would be even more efficient is if you found Hammer, which was at Sick Kid,
Sick
but
kid.
that's still 7 items that
Yeah,
you're gonna check for sure.
It scared me a lot when I saw Hammer at Sick Kid because I skipped Big Chest in Thieves Town.
Oh, would you like to know what that was? It's
Yeah.
actually really funny. It is 1 green rupee.
Oh, I'm so glad.
Yeah, so the other 2 runners, LTigre and iBazly, are LTigre is making a little bit of a distance between iBazly, but again, the execution on the gauntlet can definitely make up some time. So they are fighting right now for 12th place. Nobody else has done quite yet. LTigre finding his big key and heading straight up the gauntlet. And interestingly enough, I was just saying this before y'all came in, both of y'all did not get half magic, but LTigre and iBazly did.
That was at the Peg Cave, I believe.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's
neither of
interesting.
y'all checked Peg Cave at all. I was like, huh.
Yeah, for the first time in a seat, I didn't check that much overworld at all. Usually I just go straight full clear overworld before heading into any dungeons. But, well, I was kind of gambling this time, and it sort of paid off in the end.
It really did. The dungeons really had a lot of it. A lot of the early stuff was in the overworld. Kakegrio was very nice this seed. And for the most part, it was just everything was in dungeons. All of it was very linear and straightforward, going place to place. So this seed was definitely a quick one.
Yeah, it was quick if you checked the things where they were immediately, which you guys did. So, congrats to that.
Ooh.
And I'm personally of the camp of prioritizing Crystal Student Clear. Which,
Oh, no.
I think the only one of the only hidden dungeon I'll do really early is Turtle Rock, if it is. Because for some reason Turtle Rock always has something to progress.
Yeah, I think Turtle Rock's like a very reasonable thing to go into, even if you're not intending to complete it. It's very reasonable to go in there looking for items.
Yeah, version 27 likes to put things in Turtle Rock, especially when it's a pendant. One of my favorite places to clear as a pendant is Thieves Town, especially if it's green pendant. I've every single time, if I see green pendant Thieves Town, I clear the whole thing. I just do it.
Yeah, Thieves Town is another dungeon that's not unknown to having a lot of value in it.
Yeah, it's also very known to be trolly whenever you don't have hammer and have to go back in for that big chest.
Didn't hurt Mikey this time, but I'm sure it was eating away at the back of his mind at some point,
Yeah.
maybe for a little bit.
Yeah, right. We were commenting on that. The one single rupee is like, how much is it eating at him?
So, do you guys have anything you're especially happy with this particular run?
Yeah, my safety potions.
Well, I grabbed a lot. And I'm also really grateful that I didn't die too blind the first time.
We were wondering about those safety potions for you, Mike, because you were sitting there with 1.5 hearts on Landmo 2, and we're like, does he have a potion? What is he doing?
Yeah, I have 3 of them.
And then on top of that, you didn't have powder, so I was like, you're going into land powder to be able to get that fairy, and I'm just like, oh no.
We have LTigre going on to Moldrum 2 now.
Oh no.
Oh, he just
Careful.
smacks.
There he goes. Okay. Whew. He almost got knocked off there for a second. That's good. I'm glad he got that.
He's debating what to do. He just burns it. Wow.
He fires it. Oh man, the trolls. I love it.
Yeah.
And here we go. We've got another dot done from Sage Lord 38, finishing in 12th place with an official SRL time of 1:57:02. Bamboo's Shadow with a dot done, SRL time of 1:58:14 in 13th place. GG to both of you, so very close together for them as well, seconds apart. LTigre starting his Aga fight.
Yep, one of the nicer Agas, though he's missing doubles. There, oh, we got a triple, nice.
Triple, nice one.
There
Yeah, the Aga fight for y'all was very, very friendly. Like it did not try to troll y'all very much at all.
Yeah, you both got 2-2, and then you're done. It's very nicely done.
Okay. LTigre going into Buttersword Silver Ganon fight. So this one's gonna be difficult, folks.
Yeah. Fight for sure. He's got half magic too and cape, so. iBazly, but I call him iBazly. I don't know why. It's iBazly. Anyway, he's fighting Aghanim 2 now. Yeah. And now Aghanim 2 is on the floor.
was a very clean fight for iBazly. That was very nice.
Yeah, he just destroyed him.
Did he get any threes on that?
I think the last one was a triple.
Nice. We have a 14th place finisher in SaberWolf044 with a official SRL time of 1:59.17. And then we have a 15th place finisher in lunchtime _ATH at an official SRL time of 1:59.56. GG to you two folks as well. So going for 16th and 17th place here, LTigre and iBazly. LTigre getting his double, missing the glitch. Not a big deal though.
Oh, he'll get a nice double here, maybe even a triple. No, not quite triple.
Ooh, close. But dink, dink, right through the head.
Oh, that does happen sometimes, unfortunately.
It does. Thank you, hitboxes. Oh,
There we go.
there we go. Yeah, I cannot blame him for
Probably a little
swiping.
frustrated.
That. LTigre with his dot done, finishing in 16th place at 2 minutes 55, or 2 minutes. Yes, you know, we're doing major glitches today. 2 hours and 55 seconds. GG LTigre. We will get him in here in just a moment.
He says you cannot interview today, unfortunately, so...
No big deal. No
Well,
big deal.
iBazly just finished off Ganon, so...
Definitely GG to LTigre. And as iBazly is finishing, once again, I know I cannot say this enough. Please give these runners a follow. They put themselves out there for you for your entertainment today. That was by choice. So please give them a follow. iBazly, LTigre, Sinhe, and Mighty Mike. They are fantastic people. Burr, burr. All right, let's see if we can get iBazly in here. Is he able to come on in?
Well, I asked in IRC. We'll see what he says, if anything.
Absolutely. And his dot done came in just after he actually got sniped for that next place. With
They tied for 17th.
did they? Oh wow! Yes, they did. Lim is a word. That guy with 201.22 and iBazly at 201.22 as well, tied
That
at
is a tie.
17. I don't think I've ever seen a tie. That's insane.
I've seen a few ties, but not many.
And Shybox with his dot done at 202.48, finishing in 19th place.
Okay, iBazly, apparently. Someone's doing a phone interview behind him. So he can't. But he's gonna hop into SG chat if you guys want to ask him some questions.
Yeah, feel free. He's in there. And I would like to say as well, we can't do this without our trackers because they are fantastic. Citador and also JTN 2002, fantastic folks as well. Give them a follow. They are wonderful. And of course, Mal, it's wonderful doing this with you. Thank you for being my co-commentator today.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun commentating with you. Time flew by. It hasn't even felt like 2 hours.
No, it has not. So I do want to say thank you very much. Did you have anything else that you wanted to say, Mal, or is there anything else that we want to kind of cover since LTigre and iBazly can't quite get in?
Well, we have another daily race coming up. Not like right now, but like in a couple hours at 8 p.m. EST. It's going to be a Key Sanity race, so be sure to tune in for that on Speed Gaming 2. Other than that, I got nothing to say. Thank you. Hope you guys liked it.
And there is also going to be an open Inamizer tonight at 11 p.m. Eastern time as well. That is also going to be a fantastic race, as Inamizer's really fun. You can see a lot of trolley stuff there. So feel free to come into that as well on Speed Gaming 1. So, folks, thank you very much for joining us today. It's been a fantastic time, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Happy New Year. I know it's only the day after that, but thank you again to both of you for coming in and interviewing with us, Sinhe and Mighty Mike. Y'all have a wonderful
pleasure.
day.
Yeah,
and GG.
always been a pleasure.